Okay, so you all know me. I tend to talk fast, so this is like even very more. I'm going to try to talk slowly because just the pressure of 20 seconds is going to make me talk even faster, and then you're not going to understand a single word that I'm going to be saying. So, goal 5, achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. So, no panic then. We can get this done before breakfast. A minor thing. And, of course, this is divided into another 6 issues. So, how are we going to do this? We are going to empower people to create personal and social change. We are going to have women gain confidence in themselves as individuals, as a group. All of us, women and men, need to believe that women and girls deserve better, and all of us, women and men, working towards that. We are not, indeed, all that different. Indeed, we have more in common than we think, and some of our differences are, in fact, only skin deep. And if you'll excuse the expression, many differences are actually man-made. So, we need to open our eyes and truly see the experiences that women and girls go through because of society's perceptions. And of course, when I say society, I mean me, I mean you, I mean us. So, end all forms of discrimination against all women and girls everywhere. We can do this before our shower. Okay, so from before birth, girls and boys are perceived differently, and as a result, they are treated differently. And when I say differently, I do not mean differently but equally. I mean differently and unequally. This results in girls, boys, women and men believing that girls, boys, women and men can only do women stuff or men stuff, and not all stuff or any stuff. Men are tough, strong, brave, clever. Women are pretty, dainty, you can see me, sweet, and, if you'll excuse the expression, again, ladylike. This is carried through into education, employment, life. This is today's paper. So I say, enough, no more. The second, 5.2, that falls under this, is eliminate all forms of violence against all women and girls in public and private spheres, including trafficking and sexual and other types of exploitation. 20 seconds for this, me? We'll see. So one of the most basic elements of women's rights is the right to safety, the right to live without fear, without violence, without abuse. And yet, violence against women and domestic violence remains one of the most serious forms of gender-based violations of human rights in Europe, in Malta, in all the world. Its prevalence remains significantly high. Figures vary from 1 in 3 to 1 in 4 women who will become victims of male victims in their lifetime. Women are affected by male violence regardless of their sexual orientation, their age, their race, their ethnicity, their social class, culture, religion, etc. And although we have made progress, God forbid if we hadn't, we are still greatly lacking in this area. And sadly, the good services that we have had, the not bad services that we have had, are under threat due to lack of sufficient resources. So again, I say, enough, no more. The third one is eliminate all harmful practices such as child, early and forced marriage and female genital mutilations. In Malta, we recently had laws enacted, that's the word I wanted, enacted laws against these. But we don't have much awareness. So we still need to work a lot more in this area. The slide has moved on to 5.4, which is recognize and value unpaid care and domestic work. Women have and continue to be the default carers. They are the homemakers. They do all of the work. And this is our infrastructure, because I think, when we're talking about infrastructure, about businesses, about the economy, without the women who are in the homes doing all this work, they are the infrastructure. We would have nothing. They are the infrastructure for our physical survival, for our economic survival. The women who are in their homes doing all this work. I just put this slide in because I like it. Okay. And then there is 5.5, which is ensure women's full and effective participation in leadership at all levels of decision-making, political, economic, and public life. Well, here I think is where we really do have a tough problem in Malta. We keep talking about it, we keep talking about targets or whatever, but we are still really quite far behind. This is something we need to do. And how can women, oh dear, it's moving on too fast, how can women be the leaders of political and economic life if they are busy doing the survival work for us all? They are the infrastructure for us all. And then on top of that, they have to be the political leaders. So there is an imbalance. There is an imbalance. The 5.6, which was the slide before this, was universal access to sexual and reproductive health. Now, this is considered a controversial issue in Malta. Wherever you go abroad, they tell you, Malta, and they raise this. So I'm not going to discuss it here because definitely I couldn't do that in 20 seconds, no way. So I'm ending because that was 5.6, and I just want people to be able to see how things are. I'm going to say feminism, the F word, which has become as difficult to say as the other F word. It's about opening our eyes. It's about opening our eyes, and it's about conceding the possibility of change and working towards that change. And that is what I hope that we will all do in relation to this field. Thank you.